Okay, so we're going to look at what an example of some bad properties look like. Now, I gave you some examples in a previous video of what different variations of property shapes and access with road and clearings look like. This one, we're going to look at the one that's highlighted here. It's basically an example of several things going wrong with it. Okay, it's not necessarily terrible on the shape, although it's a little bit funky, but it's very doable. Okay, so if we just assume that it was the shape only, it's not going to affect the value that much. Also, road access, I'm going to give it a plus with that because it does from here all the way up and around. It has road access, so that's a plus too. But where it comes in challenging is, first and foremost, you're looking at a decent sized slope here. Okay, when it looks like this and there's not many like other houses, if you zoom out, look around, this type of a slope, there's not really going to be other houses built on it. And so that's one factor. Number two, it's all timbered, right? It's all woodlands. So again, a lot of clearing that somebody would have to do if they want to use this for purposes. The other thing is half of it is either a wetland or a floodland, right? There's different ways of determining that, but we're looking at the bottom of a creek and it does flood at times, and so that would be very much unlikely you're going to get a home on that spot or an RV or anything like that. And it might be many times throughout the year after a heavy rain, it can turn into like a pit of floodlands, and so you might not even be able to walk through it very easily. The other thing is, if we're looking around it, looks like we've got a quarry here, whether it's some type of rock quarry or something else, that it just doesn't look so pretty. There might be construction ongoing, in and out. It could be loud, and it just, affects the look of it. So do people want to be looking at this in their backyard or their front yard all the time? Do they want to hear it? Do they want to smell it? Depending on what it is, that's going to, again, dramatically affect the value. So you have to be aware, does your house have, or the land, your vacant land, is it around things that are pleasant to look at, see, smell, or the opposite, right? If there's a bunch of junk cars, if there's a salvage place, if people around you are just throwing stuff in their vacant lot and building it up as a junkyard, so to speak. If the roads don't have good access, if they're filled with potholes to get to it, if it's a sketchy area going through, all these things, you're not going to attract the people that are going to pay bigger money for a property like that. And so this is pretty much a land that is just, it's not very usable for much. So highly affects the value. This is not a great piece of property that you'd want to invest in, and you'd have a hard time selling it. So consider that. Again, you want to look at just all the big things. Are the first one is the shape of the property. It's not bad here. The road access is pretty decent, but the slope doesn't look great. The wetlands and what's around it, it's all timbered. So more or less, it's got more things going against it than it does going for it. And now you can see kind of how you can go about evaluating property based on the main features, and also if you're getting offers from other people to purchase it, or if you're putting it on the market. All these things are going to adjust the value of your property up or down, depending.